Gregory Road and South 33rd. It's coming into Piedmont right now. Go, David Payne.
Mike, it's crossing Gregory Road right now. It's right in front of me. Take our stream. It's a maxi. It's another quarter-mile wide tornado. It's a quarter-mile wide, maybe a half-mile wide maxi tornado. There's the power flashes crossing Gregory Road right now. Crossing Gregory Road as a maxi tornado right now. Look at the size of this thing, Mike. It's an EF4, maybe an EF5. An extreme.
Piedmont, get below ground. Piedmont, get below ground or get out of the way. You're running out of time. You're down to like a minute or two. Get out of the way. Piedmont, Get out of the way. Get below ground. You're out of time. Do it now.
What do you think when you hear about tornadoes? A skinny little cloud in the sky is what most people think who are not in the tornado states. Well, if you are one of those people who believe that, this can for sure change your mind. Yeah, tornadoes can be small and skinny, but there are certain moments in history where those tornadoes far exceed anything that we ever imagined. For example, the El-Reno Piedmont EF5. Well, let me first explain. 2 days prior, on May 22nd, the Joplin EF5 occurred, but at the time it was not rated EF5. Damage survey was still ongoing. Either way, people were still recovering from this horrible tragedy, and this is why you've barely heard of this tornado despite its raw power for being far stronger than Joplin. Anyways, let's head over to the Storm Prediction Center to have a look on what the 24th had in store for us. Well, as you probably expected, these types of tornadoes were expected for this outbreak. The Storm Prediction Center put out a 45% hatched risk of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes over mid-Oklahoma, with the 30% stretching into North Texas and South Kansas. The Storm Prediction Center forecasted this well, and they had plenty of outbreaks that they've covered in just this year, including the April 25th to the 27th super outbreak prior to this one. On the morning hours of the 24th of May, people in El-Reno and Piedmont would wake up to sunny, partly cloudy skies. They would turn on the news to hear that the severe weather in their area initiates today and to take necessary precaution. Some people probably weren't taking this very serious, considering they've never been hit by a tornado before. They never knew what was in store for today. At 12:50 p.m., the Storm Prediction Center issues a PDS tornado watch, aka a particularly dangerous situation. Strong tornado probabilities were almost completely maxed out, and the watch was sent out to people at this time. People would probably see the alert on their phones or on the TV. They maybe got a little worried and canceled their plans for today. They still had no idea what was in store for that day. At 5:21, the supercell near Lukeba, Oklahoma would produce the first tornado from this cell. It would do max EF3 damage while consistently being wide and dangerous. Video shows a horizontal vortex spewing out of the tornado just about 200 feet from the cameraman. The Lukeba tornado would come to an end. Then the supercell would merge with another supercell, creating the El-Reno Piedmont Tornado. The tornado would touch down east of the road and would travel in a northeast direction, crossing the lake and then turn slightly above El-Reno, and did immediate EF5 damage. It debarked trees, did major ground scouring, and destroyed a home. It would travel over Courtney Road. The tornado would reach peak strength on radar, and what it would do next. The tornado would then strike the Cactus 117 oil rig. This tornado would roll the oil rig 2 times, ripping it out of the ground and severely damaging it in a field. This oil rig weighed 2 million pounds and was added with an extra 200,000 pounds of downforce. The sheer power of this tornado is forever unmatched. This was 100% the peak strength of this tornado. This tornado would take a dark turn. It headed northeast towards Piedmont not before crossing a road, hitting a car where it would lift the car and throw it thousands of feet and would strip the clothing off the passengers and instantly killing them. The tornado would again attain EF5 strength after destroying a home and blowing the debris far away. At around this moment, footage from Pecos Hank would capture the Raxpol mobile radar scanning the tornado. At that moment, the tornado's wind speed was 296 miles per hour according to the Raxpol radar. High-end EF5. 296 miles per hour is enough to damage a skyscraper so bad it cannot be repaired, just to put that into perspective. After this moment, the tornado would start to weaken. It would hit a structure and did high-end EF4 damage. The tornado was around the 200 mile per hour mark, which is way more than enough to destroy someone's life. The tornado after this point started rapidly weakening while heading toward Guthrie, and would do more EF4 and EF3 damage, never attaining EF5 status in its life again. Once the tornado got to Guthrie, the max damage it was doing was EF2 to EF1 damage, then would die out northeast of Guthrie. Hell on earth was over for Oklahoma. People had an idea on what the tornado did, but didn't know just the sheer power this tornado had. This tornado killed 9 people, one being a 15-month-old baby and another being a 2-year-old, while injuring 181 people. People tend to look at injuries as minor cuts and bruises, when in reality, it's life-altering injuries. People's lives are changed by these tornadoes, and it's a constant reminder that in weather, the worst can happen and eventually will at some point. Harness your loved ones during events like this, and try your best to stay safe, because these events will keep being repeated along the line. Be careful, and have a great day.